extremely close, and shots with the Julies. He's going to be swinging in. A second found. Absolutely no problem for these double pistols as Borb continues on his absolute tear through this B bomb site. And Bad News Eagles, they try and hold on for dear life, but it's that dear life that's been taken away from them with relative ease. Bad News Eagles still playing quite safe though. Farlig, aggressive. Nice shot. Refrag cannot come in from Regon. An advantage gained, but still plenty of chances, and Regon might go unnoticed here, but he burns a little bit in the Molotov. That gives it away. He's trying to be sneaky. Borb now knows, and it's an easy headshot, but in retaliation, Synopsy finds one, only one.
Yeah, it's a great start so far. Flatro, NGX. Before, Ross is gonna shut Flatro down, and that leaves just the scout in a 1v4. It's all about the damage though. This one looks pretty unwinnable at this point. And he's gonna pick up the AK at this point. Even the save might be considerable, but he's gonna start moving forward, and Borup will shut him down with his second kill of the round. 6-0 start for Borup, by the way.
Free stage. I believe the last time we seen it was when they played against Movie Star Riders in Melbourne, but it didn't go in their favor whatsoever. And so far this game, it's been no different, but first gun round does give an opportunity, especially with that shot from one Flatro and a second as well. Two massive headshots, just opens up middle, and he goes looking for more. He's going to creep in and maybe trying for a B flank. And Flatro is on it today with the AK. No problems whatsoever for him, and he's given B&E a chance.
What can you do about it? I mean, when Flatro joins in the round and just headshots 3 people towards middle on a solo venture, what can you really do about it if you're the X-Flames? TMB is gonna try and close out the distance, but Flatro is just on a terror. He finds his fort, and it's just Borup, the only player in the server that hasn't died yet. But I guess at this point, you gotta hope to save if you want to keep it unchanged, and Flatro's just hunting for his ace. He wants to find the 5th one. They want to make sure that Borup doesn't hold on to anything. What a round from Flatro. Borup might catch a bit of a timing here, and he does. Okay, no ace for you, man. Give him the boost in chat. Gotta give him the ace. Synopsis is gonna take him down right after that, though. So first buy round, by the way. Get that out of the way.
B&E hop in towards his A site with little resistance, but now Copenhagen Flames, or rather ex-Copenhagen Flames, try and get this bomb site back, and they will do so with ease. The pistols only standing in their way, and they don't cause too many problems. Regon is here in the rotate. One Flatro has got up close, but doesn't take his chance to strike. Bomb, however, will go down, but ex-Copenhagen Flames, here they come running. One Flatro needs to be crisp, needs to be on the head, and he is with the double. Not expecting the third, but he's able to adjust. No problems for One Flatro, and it's One Flatro or nothing right now for Bad News Eagles. But luckily for the Eagles, he's firing on all cylinders right now. And Farlig has a chance to clutch. The molly comes in. One Flatro burns. The Eagle forward goes in. One Flatro with the ace. In 2 rounds that Bad News Eagles have won, One Flatro has 9 kills.
That's crazy. Yeah, Ob's going to be holding the line, so if Flatro goes for the white peak, he should be dead. So just holding, hoping that he wins the fight. This one's going to be a big difference maker. Flatro dodges gets the kill onto Borup, goes for the second one, but TM Farley strike in unison, and now it's GS in a 1 versus 3. Knows where the Oper is coming from, knows where TB is coming from, but there's one more uncertainty, and that's going to be Farley, who takes him down in the end. 3 in favor of the Flames. It's a pretty decent round when you think about it, all things considered. I mean, they get the 1-for-1 on middle, and they realize that Flatro was still there, but then they push in front of B. They see the Regon is alone. They take him down. It's going to be a little bit weakened towards the B-bomb side. And that's why you see the repositioning, but TMB still in a good setup with Ross, and this Molotov is going to slow them down. Bird from Sky's been able to drop the bomb. That's a big problem.
Go back and get it, but they want to go and take control of this B site if they can. TMB stops the first one. Flatro finds yet another headshot. He sees Raz, he's dancing around the pillar, just trying to stay alive and buy time for his team to rotate on in, but the bomb is dropped too far away. One Flatro won't stand a chance in this round. Raz has done more than enough, but it's players dropping the bomb the other side of the map. It's Bird from Sky finding all the kills. Has done the dirty work in this round for the X-Flames, as they will extend their lead now to 3.
And there's 2 ways to counter that. You either play an extremely slow default and you try and cover all bases, or you just send it and you go for Hail Mary plays. This one's going to be a Hail Mary play towards B.
Farlig caught in between two players, doesn't know who to shoot at, and ends up shooting at none, but the push comes in. Flames, they will battle back with at least a few kills. Nice shot from TMB. The USP swapped over. Synopsy going to be completely blindsided by Bird from Sky. GXX now in quite an unwinnable situation, but he hits the first, swaps out to the pistol, needs to get the op back out. He's out of bullets. It's so awkward, but Bird from Sky can't take him down just yet, and eventually does. Oh, they must have enjoyed Apex's clutch in the majors so much that they tried to do it again. You know, tried to replicate it. It's going to be now just picking up the pace a little bit in terms of his kills as Bad News Eagles. They seem to lean a little bit into an A split. Farlig stops Regon, no problems with the AWP. Bird from Sky wants to come back just to make sure his opera has a little bit of support because it's not coming from anywhere else. But support from the op on the T side is going to be absolutely no problem. There's two players behind GXX, but he is going to be the only one needed as of right now to sprint into this B bomb site, and the X-Flames can't stop them for now. Bomb will go down, and Copenhagen Flames...
There's the fact that there was some A aggression, right? So they know Borup's not going to go for it alone. Bird from Sky is there as well, and the moment that you get dropped by the AVP towards camera, you realize that there's only two people again holding towards the B bomb site, and there is a good chance that one of them will try and rotate and
once again, going to be putting the pressure towards mid. Bird from Sky is hearing all this noise outside the doors. He's hearing the steps. He sees the two nades, knows two might be coming, but one flat throw is going to be clearing his close angles, and that's going to cost him. As B&E, they fall down to just 3 players in this last round of the half. They still have the numbers game, they still have plenty of utility, but 4 players now coming from the back. GXX needs to be perfect here, needs to connect on all the shots. He hits Rals, but it's not going to take him down. Flash in, completely blind, under so much pressure, but somehow still alive, somehow still safe. As his teammates now try and put up a wall. Synopsy with a nice headshot, but he is being flanked. He is on a ticking timer. Bird from Sky takes him down. It's down to Scenari, but he only finds one. Cannot stop the retake. Cannot hold them back. As ex-Copenhagen Flames take a 9-6 lead into the second half.
Pretty much over. Well, this map is pretty much over. So, B&E now would want to have that pistol round go their way. TMB says no. Regan says yes.
Just like that, mid and A completely opened up. Atro, and they need to deal with him. He has been a dangerous customer as of right now. Swinging into the site, the USP is trying to reign supreme, but it's the Glocks battling back. Farlig with the dink when Flatro is going to take him down in the back, but it's too little too late. Borup with the headshot to seal it.
Highest amount of rounds that they've won on this map across the 3 games that they've played here. 4-16 lost to Aurora, 5-16 in the first time that they faced off against the Flames. Then you look on the other side, it's just looking really scary. This force buy is just not gonna work. Borup with a big double. Rouse should have this one in the back, and he does. Flatro falls 1 foot in front of the other and try and get the best out of this map. Realize that this was always supposed to be a punishment pick veto, and
B is going to be under so much pressure as of right now. Regon is the only player here in towards Con. When Flatro dealt with as well. Sprint through the smoke. They can't stop them. And Bad News Eagles, they might consider a save here, to be honest, but they're getting a whole lot closer for this retake. They need to find a kill early on or this one's done.
Yeah, I don't think you're going for this. I mean, right now you're on the look for an early peek if someone overextends from the T side, but if they don't get a single kill, surely they just hold on to the weaponry. I like this call though from Bird from Sky. I actually love it. I mean, you get a couple guns out of the hands of the T's, they have more than enough money. But it's a good round to shut them down, right? You're just not giving them any time to...
Pressure comes over onto this A site, but it's a B hit that's imminent, and Bad News Eagles, they need to be ready.
They're making this one so hard to read. Oh, Synopsy, he's caught him. They know what's going on, but they're losing people. Synopsy needs to win that fight, but he's lost 2 of his teammates, and GX is all alone towards the back of the site. Manages to find Farley, manages to get the double onto Borup as well. Oh, but look at Bird from Sky, running from Sky and dropping from Sky as he takes down 2 from the back, and now it's a 1v1. Both players extremely low on HP. GX has tagged the bomb, but Bird from Sky is not buying it. He knows that he's not going to stick it. He knows that there's no kid. He's just gonna hold for a GX. He can't bait the peek in, has a smoke. But at this point, he just needs to stick it. You gotta hold and hope. He's picked up a kit. Bird from Sky needs to sprint it. GX is not faking it. What a play from GX, and Bad News Eagles stay alive.
And pretty much confirm Anubis as they slip it into their back pockets. They're trying to slip into this A side here. GXX, he finds the first shot. The flashes are going to be good enough to blind Scenari and the Opera as well. Scenari drops down right into the waiting jaws of TMB, and it's a kill feed being lit up by the T's. B&E, they can't stop them as he creeps his way in. The M4 in hand, 3 players close on the site. He needs to be pretty much perfect. He is on the first, dinks up the second, but it's not going to be enough. An AK, maybe he would have stood a chance, but not with the A1S. The headshot, sadly, just not enough. And at a 14-7 scoreline, Ted, with the money in the situation it is, B&E surely have to force up in this round. Some massive shots from Firelig there to open up A.
Their best map, it's one of our worst maps in the pool, so it's fine. I mean, if we just get away with a couple rounds, a couple individual plays, it's not going to be too bad. But those rounds have just been really convincing for the Flames. Once again, Borup with a big multi-kill. And in that scenario for GX and Juan Flatro, there's not a lot left to fight for. Space, or well, Burr from Sky is most of the time, but Borup is taking first contact as well quite a lot. So those two, when you look at them having that kind of a game, it's pretty much impossible to play against the Flames, since they have only 2 people there. And apparently this is where the Flames have headed themselves. Now GX is going to have the chance to open things up, and he shuts down Borup, but they know that Borup is the guy on the lurk, but they lose the mid presence in the meantime.
The hit comes in when Flatro stops Rals. It's a 1-for-1. It's not going to bear too much fruit for the ex-Flames. Firelig with a great shot onto Synopsy, who could have dropped him and found the bomb as well. Bert from Sky, he's walking all the way around the road. And Flatro has absolutely no idea. The timing is so unfortunate, and it's down to the Opper. GXX. Now, one of their highest rated players. He was their highest rated player at the Legend stage of the Major. Finds the first kill, but Bird from Sky goes unnoticed. But that performance from him surely will not. 24-10. He finishes on Anubis as Copenhagen Flames, or rather the ex-Flames. Bird from Sky is a little bit away. He does have a flash and a HE if this hit does come in. As Firelig focused on the ramp, he does not notice the player spilling out of the cave, and Barb can only stop the first. The bomb will go down, and now Bird from Sky in a retake with CMB, but CMB is a million miles away right now, and now he's completely on his own as B&E.
Yeah, no defuse kit, no utility either, so he needs to find the shots fairly quickly, but it's not gonna happen. Flatro with another multi-kill is gonna be a triple for him. Taking a look at the 1x bet odds, the Flames now the favorites, actually, after what happened on that map. Constantly trying to micromanage everything and be in a position where he can be a lot more reactive. Talking about reactivity, that's a reactive shot from Flatro. Opens up the B bomb side, and the MP9 is actually going to be all alone here, but I don't think there's a lot of things that Bird from Sky can do to prevent that bomb from going down. He can pick up the Digo, he can run it back, and well, potentially they might be able to stay and keep for a lot
close and try and take a weapon away or two if they can. It's a nice shot from Firelig. Bird from Sky lands the dink, but sadly not the frag. And well, 2 ex-Flame players are being surrounded. Synopsy now stepping behind Rals, and he hasn't heard this coming. This is a big problem. He could go down here. There might even be a knife on the cards here from Synopsy if Rals is going to swing around. He picks up the gun. Waits. So awkward. Nobody's seen that. It's alright, Synopsy. Rals is going to hold on to an AK, so that's a little bit of a problem. Now it's going to be ex-Flames taking the initiative here. They're going to actually push in towards the laneway, and they are going to take it without any problems. 2 quick kills when Flatro and Scenari
on that potential flash play that caught them off guard last time around. And as soon as the B&E boys try and walk through the B doors, there's 3 people looking at them. A lot better of a round for Copenhagen Flames, and you can see how straight after the tactical timeout, they were able to adapt to it. And there is a good chance they take it home without dropping a single player. That would be big.
Especially with the CTs up as close. They are going to swing in and try and take him down, and they do. No issue whatsoever. So no money for Synopsy. He sits on $950. It's not going to be enough to bite all that much in this round.
And now the orb gets dropped straight away. Nice pick from farLe, and they're even gonna reaggress. They're just going for so many fights right now. BNE are completely unaware of it. Bird from Sky gets a double. Flatro finally fires back, but it's Borup with the third. And Flatro in a 1 versus 4. Deagle in open hand. Borup doesn't give him a chance to fire another bullet.
It's middle. Is there going to be a little bit of a reaction here? TMB wants to go for this fight through the Molotov. Needs to be so careful. Regon wants to take a risk, and he's pushed on past, and TMB might not be ready for this. Caught in a reload. Regon looks to try and find the kill. There was support coming from Borup, but he had his back turned. GXX now swings in. Borup needed to find that kill, and does. Out of ammo, Regon only finds the first, but the second as well. That's B open. 2 players left, trapped towards this A site. And bad news, Eagles, whether they know it or not, they've got a 5th round on their hands. Money's fine for the Flames.
Teams actually finding opening kills towards mid with that spamming the name combo. They're actually going to go for the hunt here, which I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of. I guess eventually you have to reset the CT side economy. At this point, your economy is in a much worse state, but when you get the kills and you drop only 1 player, it's totally worth it. But there's the replay. They realize that middle is the only place where they can actually find something. Copenhagen Flames were not giving them anything towards B, anything.
Jump jiggle enough to warrant an op shot, and farLe is going to be wayward with it. Smoke down. Bomb is going to try and be planted here. Ral's flash through the smoke, lines up a second, tries to transfer onto the third. GXX ducks underneath cover for the moment, but eventually Borup takes his head off, and it's one Flatro. We've seen some impressive T rounds from him on Anubis, but he's too far away. There's too little time. The defuse is already over. He finds 2 nice headshots, to be fair to him, but it's not going to be the round. And make sure, of course, you are of age. If you are having a bet, it's fast up towards B here. Scenari with the Mac 10, putting it to good use, finds 1 kill for one Flatro, refrags his teammate, which is a big problem, but they settled themselves on this B site. The chaos has ended, and BNE right now are on top. And, well,
but it feels like from the last 2 rounds, now they've decided, you know what, we don't want to adapt on what you're doing. We don't want to try and figure and look for solutions.
Yeah, but with this time you've only an MP9 and a Deagle to defend, and the Deagle taken out of your hands before it can even fire a bullet. Purple Sky is still up close. It's actually going to be unchecked, but on Flatter with the refrag, no problem. Still, a 3 versus 3. And Flames with a fast flank, they might want to go for this. They've sent the kit with farLe here. And if GXX is not ready for this, that could be a big problem. But he spots out farLe. Kill found. Not expecting the second. He does go down. Now Rals needs to play. Needs to get a little bit closer. Needs to find at least a kill, but he's unable to do so. Scenery down through the wall. Massive shot from TMB. And with that kill, he might want to get a little bit closer. But on Flatro, he is safe from the Opper as of right now.
Good round once again. A lot of people as well adding up for it, right? If you compare it to the previous map where it just felt like unaware of, at the end of the day, there was just the Deagle and an MP9. So he gets 1 kill. It's impossible for Flatro not to refrag him in that scenario. Good read from GX to look towards the spawn. That final shot, nothing that scenario can do there, but
Plenty of chances for the X-Flames to get back into this one. And it could start here, especially if this kill goes their way. TMB flashed, but no problem still with that SMG. Oh, great entry from Scenari. Is Bob going to be overlooked though? Yes, he is. Finds the first, second as well. How about the third? Oh, Perfect Sky snatches that one away, but Barb finds the third in the end. They shut that one down, and the Flames.
Oh my, that's the perfect call for BNE right now. B is completely free. They think it's clear. I mean, they think it's an A play. Even if Bird from Sky, now he goes down, round is over. There's no way you bounce back into this one. I know there's not a lot of you two, but they still have a smoke, Moldy, and Flash on Flatro. Bomb's gonna get planted. They're on the completely wrong side of the map. That was, I mean, Borb catches the perfect and the worst timing in the world. And I'm not sure if they've realized it, but it's final round of the half. So you kind of have to go for it. Even though it's a 3 versus 4 and you're probably going to be short of time, you need to go really quickly as well, which means that you're going to be hurt.
On Flatro. Finds that first kill. It's a missed shot from farLe. Gives a chance for GXX to have his say with the Galil, and he does so with 2. It's a 10-5 half for B&E.
They're going for it. Well, they think it's B because of the smoke, but this is just the ruse. It's the fake.
Barb has stopped. Now they think it's still ramped, and well, bomb's going to be planted here, and ex-Copenhagen Flames can get Ral's still up close, TMB. He's looking. Timing isn't going to work out. GXX, he caught a glimpse. Thought he was there. Scenario's going to stick this. He has a kit. They need to peek. They need to get him off it. And well, B&E just stand in front. They just body block. No problem. The kills will come in after the round is already done and dusted. Bad News Eagles, they snatched that one right from under the noses.
B&E get the pistol round. forZe coming in. 4 rifles. A pretty quick round towards the B-bomb side. Bird from Sky trying to look for an opening. Mid-player might be exposed. Bomb can't really get planted because of Scenario, but he needs to be careful. TMB's gonna take him down, but there's the response coming in. What a shot from farLe.
When Flatro's still here and TMB is pretty much trapped. Smoke up, allows TMB maybe to cross, but it's only for a moment as when Flatro takes his breath away with that M4 farLe. Super low HP, down to just 2. It doesn't even matter. Regan finds the headshot. Rals tries to line up a little bit of the spam there. The bomb not yet tapped when Flatro swings in.
No
Great
kit.
shot on the first. No kit, that's a problem, especially because he's been taken off the bomb. Smoke goes down. Oh, Regan finds the headshot. It was a decoy. He even had me faked out. But headshot landed. Regan sticks this defuse, and it's absolutely
No need to push forward as of now.
Bird from Sky got to be ready, and the answer is no. Scenario just being a real nuisance around the map. Flash in. Spots out one player, he gets the smoke down. farLe tries to swing on through it. The flash blinds him momentarily. Comes back to his senses, but not able to stop Rals. As now the rotations need to come in. GXX is going to try and stay up for as long as possible. Bark with a great headshot. Rals in the molly, but one Flatro deals with him accordingly. Bark tries to reposition, get it into a 1v1, isolate the fights, but gets it into the 1v1, but sadly only a one and done. B&E come out on top. This time it is a little bit cleaner. I say that, it comes down into a 1v1, but they win that one out.
The same story that we had on Anubis in terms of the Flames just trying to get as many rounds as possible. Just delay the inevitable. And it does look more and more inevitable with GX taking down farLe. Now, farLe was able to get the opening kill, and GX needs to be careful about giving those headshot and go fights to the rifles. But now he's got the support of one of his teammates towards middle. They're going to double push towards ramp, double push towards mid. Regan gets taken down.
Bar up. Just getting out of the scope with the opper. Didn't want to pull the trigger. Didn't want to fire off a shot. Too difficult. GXX now repositions over towards CT. It's going to be a late lurk maybe
kill
from one Flatro, but he's able to find that first, and that puts Rals on high alert. He's been dinked up. Barb needs to find the double, and he does. They know exactly where the last player is coming from, but Rals is falling. In the meantime, Borup with a 1 versus 3, massive headshot on the last, and Borup, he's been a shining light for this, the Flames in this one for sure. Massive, able to find the double, and then perfect on the last. Regan. He's going to be spotted out. He's going to be instantly dinked up, and pistol's being found out as no stone is going to be left unturned in this one. Scenario might want to try and hang on to his...
Or just pistols. I mean, ask G2 about those pistols on this specific map as well.
Yeah, you walk
They are
into a
quite
stack,
dangerous.
it's a problem, but B&E had. But Copenhagen Flames, the ex-Flames, they are going to take a whole lot of control here, run around in towards Donut. Do they realise Regan's up close? Yes, they do. They deal with him. Synopsy only with a Mac 10. Rals and Barb are going to try and come out and clear this angle, but they line up perfectly. TMB needs to find the refrag, unable to get the second. One Flatro on the back of the site. If he drops Bird from Sky, it could be all over. But
He can run back B.
Bird from Sky gets the bomb. They sprint all the way back. B&E, they're here to stop this A hit, but they've doubled back.
Where farLe is. He could be aggressive towards CT. He could be everywhere. So Bird from Sky just gets the first kill. Round should be over. And now farLe is going all the way around the world. This is the last play that you would expect from farLe in that scenario if you're a Scenario. Yeah, you have a kid, but the only chance you might have here is to just instantly stick it. And I'm not sure if he's going to do that. Oh, he will. He's going to stick it. He's going to hold it. farLe's not ready for it. Scenario's won it. Surely, yeah, he's got it. It's 15 rounds. Pros don't fake, and Scenario is a pro player. 15 Bad News Eagles. And, well, you gotta feel like that was the chance for the Flames to bounce back on this map.
B&E, they're going to react here. They're going to try and fade this smoke and get the little piece of information. And, well, Barb has played this one nicely. He's actually backed away just safely. Just waiting for the push to come in. He spots out 2. Now he knows maximum 1 on this A site. And if the X-Flames are able to get the bomb and react, that would be absolutely perfect. But right now, they're very, very far away from each other. Farley's got an unbelievable timing go. No problem. Bird from Sky drops an airy. And the last one rotating in right into the waiting arms of Farley. Surely as he begins to wake up. And that's a massive danger now for the Eagles.
3 rounds away from overtime. They're pushing for it. They're going for it, man.
Aggressive out towards mid. Rawls needs to react in time to Regon. Regon's not expecting the second. TMB up close. It's a heavy mid presence from the T's here. Synopsy needs to get away to safety. He tries to go for the spam, but it's not going to connect. TMB luckily is safely planted behind the box. He couldn't wallbang him. It's a 4v4. It's slowed down for now, but
I like the reaction.
They want some information. TMB just insta headshot Scenario through the smoke. How?
Now you're left in a pretty unwinnable round. I mean, you've put all your eggs into that B bomb side basket. Bird from Sky is probably going down here. Never mind. He still wins the fight onto Flatro, which leaves GX in a 1 versus 4. He has to think about saving this AVP. It's 15-13, which means that you're technically 1 by a round away from an overtime. And they don't even hold on to the OP. That's dangerous.
Vai cravando ali por essa B, mas a equipe da ex-Copenhagen Flames vai se agrupando, é pela A mesmo, hein? O estouro vai ser por lá, é só aquele barulhinho pela B, mas já tem ali aqueles 2 jogadores bem setados aí por essa A, pra quem sabe garantir os abates. O Rigon já chega pra punir ali o seu, tira muito dano dos outros jogadores. Quem vai chegando é o Sinopse de 5-7, leva o primeiro, leva o segundo ali o GX, mas TMB responde muito bem, vai encontrando ali o seu. TMB encaixa o spray, leva mais um jogador e vem para um 2 contra 2. Juan chega ali pela rosquinha, leva o primeiro e fecha a conta por aqui. A Bad News Eagles no round mais improvável.
Copenhagen Flames, or the X-Flames, trying to get into position up towards short rails with a great headshot onto GXX, and he spots out Synopsy now as well. The CTs are just going to turn and face here. They're just going to make sure that they deal with him, and now they'll have their sights set on the bomb, which hasn't even gone down as of right now. Smoke just to allow them to cross. Van Flatro trying to find more than just one, but unable to do so as of right now. Smoke up in his face, and Farley gets up in there as well. Boost up here towards short. Bird from Sky, the bottom of the totem pole, is going to be the first one to find the kill. Barb now gets the next. Synopsy and Van Flatro try and undo this brackets hold, and actually, well, Van Flatro's gotten out towards A. They've got a flash as well for the retake, and Regon, he has none of that. Taps the bomb, gets taken down, and Van Flatro eventually has to peek, but comes away with nothing.
27 HP already, and he's all alone towards Banana. He's got some support in the form of flashes from T-Spawn, but in the fights, he's gonna be on his lonesome, and it's actually quite successful that he manages to find at least 1 kill here. A 1-for-1 in that scenario is the best that he could have hoped for. Regon will try his best as well to find the re-frag, even trying to jump spot. Gets flashed by a teammate. This is really scrappy, but as soon as the smoke fades, they will continue going for fights.
TMB dinked up GXX through the smoke as well, and now eventually will try and get out of there. It was so messy towards top Banana, but you could see Regon, or are they still trapped? Because he knew the molly was up and he knew he had the time. Now, Van Flatro creeps his way in. The pre-fire onto TMB is going to be no problem. Bird from Sky playing in front of him. Now decides to hide away safely. Barb rotating in. He does have a flash, but it's too little too late. Bird from Sky is already dead and gone. And now into a 2 versus 2. Bad News Eagles have made this one work for now. Through the smoke comes Barb.
Probably dead.
Now, maybe caught by surprise. Scenari falls, and so does Van Flatro. A nice attempt to get it into that 2 versus 2, but could not put the finishing touches on what would be Bad News Eagles' first round.
A lot of map control right now in the possession for the CTs.
Now goes swinging. Farlig now under a little bit of pressure towards brackets. Finds the double and the triple. Farlig shuts it down towards brackets. The short hold, immense, immaculate from Farlig, who has had, you know, a rough enough go of it this series so far, but anywhere as of right now. Barb holding across, and obviously doesn't realise the door is wide open, and it is another round falling into the Flames' face. However, the smoke does go down, but they are smokes for maybe a little bit of an A wrap, but as farLe can't see over the top of that molly. Synopsy takes him down. Raz goes 1 for 1. Synopsy continues to pile on out. Borup close to the smoke, stays alive on the balcony. Surely they know that he is still in the picture here, but the bomb is going to be planted. And Borup, he cannot fight just yet. Bird from Sky gets a whole lot closer. Synopsy waiting on the other side of that smoke, but Bird from Sky takes him down. Cinery on the site. And he shuts down both. It's 2 kills for him, and it's 2 HP.
Position, which will force out the rotation from Bird from Sky. Oh, they actually realize it. TMB gives the information. He knows that there's nothing happening. They're still going to have 4 on the right bomb side.
And Borup finds 2, sprays down both, but eventually burns to a crisp. Now, Synopsy and GXX need to come up with an answer. They need to find these kills. Molly to try and force the Opera out of position. GXX sends it into the pit, but lands on the balcony. He didn't drop, and that faked out farLe completely. GXX, however, he's not able to find a kill, but somehow still alive. Bird from Sky, he is completely alone here. TMB is a million miles away, and Bird from Sky knows that the long play is coming in. Doesn't see Synopsy at all. Swings out, takes the fight, and Bird from Sky using that big brain of his to get the Flames yet another round.
Copenhagen Flames, one after the other, taking turns to destroy Bad News Eagles single-handedly. Look at how clean that is from Bird from Sky. And the fact that they're so...
TMB is going to get up close here.
Look at the damage through the smoke.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. TMB falls close to the smoke once again. We've seen that on Ancient, but this time he's got 2 rifles behind him to make sure that the B bomb site is definitely not going to be unmanned. Now, here in the boost, it's so awkward. One Flatro does come away with 2. He baited the pistols perfectly in that scenario. Smoke down, safe passage into the bomb site. The bomb is going to be planted here. farLe wayward with both. So Synopsy and Juan Flatro survive for the moment. A second smoke.
Reload's been hurt.
CCT play. Synopsy just waits and waits and waits and buys the time. The headshot found. Juan Flatro now in position, but the op is still in play. Oh, the op going to be taken down this time around. Borup needs to find out Juan Flatro. He's not on the bomb. Has to run away. Too little time. They run out of it, and it's a great call from on Flatro himself just to run all the way around.
TMB's jump spotting, so they know he should be or could be towards logs, but I'm not sure if you expect him to be fading the smoke like that. Nope. Oh. Wow. What a spray transfer. What a double. forZe bite, shut down immediately, so maybe this time around, Flatro's insane triple in the previous round is going to be enough to get them started. 3 rounds on the board now. You reset the CT side economy. Quick towards top banana. Make sure you have the control when Snary's going to try and walk out of ups. Borup's just ready.
Yeah, Borup's multi-kill potential has been absolutely insane, and once again he finds 2 there. Regon now has to go entering in. They're trapped. They're on a fast flank as well. Borup is coming behind them. TMB is in front of them, and there's nowhere to go. There's no place to hide, and there's no Bad News Eagles left in that round. It's 9-4.
CT side of Inferno. The BXZ is going to come through, but farLe still resides nearby with the ult.
Still peeks in. Second chance, second bite of it, and he actually finds the kill before he goes down. Raz trying to stay alive, but the spam is good from Synopsy. TMB swings past with a flash. Synopsy does find a second, and although the stack was towards B this time, it does fall. And they were this time
they
around.
spot the one way as well. I mean, you just peek, you see the one way there. farLe peeking alone. You're expecting 3 people towards banana once again. Now, doesn't want to go for a peek. Oh, he's been spotted. TMB decides to go for the fight, but Synopsy wins it, and he's gonna go for more. But there goes the AVP of farLe once again, starting over towards the B bomb side. For Bad News Eagles, it feels like every single time they've went B, they've just walked into the open farLe. But now they've walked into an A stack, and for the first time, actually, Borup gets dealt with, and Flatro's gonna double up. That's a great flash from Cinery. There's the response that they were lacking so many rounds for Bad News Eagles, and it will be. They wake up, it's in the end of the first half, but they do. They make it doable. 9-6. It's not that bad considering the scary prospect of an 11-4 or even a 12-3 at some point. Now it's 3-man. Now it's a 4-man again. Towards bracket. Smoke short. Flash is in. Raul's leading the charge. They've spotted the player towards the cubby. Flatro gets the first. Regan with a second. And welcome to the blender. But hold on a second. They're able to answer back. 2 from Bird from Sky. 1 for farLe. and somehow is down to a 2 versus 2, and Synopsis rotated back through CT, which leaves the door open for the Flames to go back B, but they don't wish to. Onto a player crossing from short, that's great. Now he seems to have realized that Apps is a possibility. He doesn't want to go down though. He doesn't want to leave Synopsis in a 1 versus 2, so he has to let them onto the bomb site. He has to let them get away with a bomb plant. Just wants to make sure he doesn't give them all the comfort in the world until Synopsis arrives.
Synopsis has util as well. He's a smoke, he has a HE, but issue is they're both in the site here, so he can't really smoke too much off. Scenari's just going to swing on through, and he finds the double, no problems, waits for his teammate.
He has 3 rifles, Mag 10 for Bird from Sky. Of course, he is the one with the util. Oh, Rouse somehow gets a kill. That's crazy.
There's never a player that you want from Bad News Eagles in this position. It's probably Flatro. He's here in the steps. They find the kills. DMB down. Transfers onto the second. Spots out the third one. Flatro with a hat-trick. And how about a quad? Juan Flatro shutting it down all on his lonesome. He doesn't need any teammates. We've seen that in many rounds on Anubis, and we've seen it once again here on Inferno.
Phenomenally well, exceptionally well since the start of the series, but man, the impact that Flatro was having on those rounds, the fact that he's still able to produce those plays, even though the team is struggling, that's what a round to steal away. And now look at the money on the BNE side. 2 pistols in the mix. Quick round. Flatro needs to be careful. Synopsis through the smoke does manage to shut down Borup, and that's a lot better. Flatro fires back as well. And now the Flames need to slow it down a little bit.
Slow it down just that little bit, but Bird from Sky eventually finds one more player towards A. It's GXX that's gone unnoticed. Low HP, no problem. The second as well. It's GXX. Now, he has a little bit of space to maneuver around, and he's got his teammates with him. They've rotated in. They've stopped that false sense of security. Synopsis now completely blinded. TMB battles back with a little bit of control. GXX on the site really needs to shut this one down on his own. When Flatro occupied towards long. Bomb site given up. The T's continue to find all the kills, and it's TMB once again. The Galil doing the damage. Regon and Juan Flatro, they've been locked out of this bomb site. Regon knows TMB is somewhere towards mid. He thinks he knows he has him trapped towards bench, but
they set it up really well with the one-way. The fact that there's going to be an extra set of eyes from the CT side's perspective, just fully focused on the apartments. Oh, that's dangerous. Rouse is up close. They have no idea. He's just going to walk through. He's going to use the one-way. They have no idea they've just pushed past him, and it doesn't really matter. They still get away with 2 kills, which is fairly successful, but now the scout is all alone.
yeah, and Rouse is up extremely close. Actually, the scout is going to peek out. No problem. There's the kill. They're still going to be a little bit cautious. It could still be a B stack, so the smoke will go down. And they're going to just go and clear this one together. Could be very good indeed. Regon is going to be boosted up, but he's the man with everything in that utility belt. Needs to make sure he doesn't go down. And he does not go down without a fight. Goes down. Drops. Drops Rouse as well. Bird from Sky needs to get off this site. Farlick has a molly for the plant, but there's a smoke. There's 2 smokes, in fact. Smoke will go down. Smoke on the defuse. The spam needs to be perfect here from Bird from Sky. It's being stuck and they haven't heard it. The smoke pop at the same time. They don't peek. They don't spray. And they did not realise. Trying to bait them in towards A. He's made the steps, rotating all the way from the speedway. Synopsis gets aggressive. Another smoke down over towards B. There's 26 seconds left. And, well, trying to go through the smoke. Scenari tries to stop the initial push. Regan falls, but comes away 1 for 1. Scenari just needs to stay alive here. The CTs are rotating on in. The T's are going to try and run him down. But you just need to stay alive for as long as possible. Your teammates will do the rest. And that's exactly what happens. It's a 13-11 scoreline. It's Bad News Eagles now pulling themselves into the lead.
HE stack towards the ruins. Another set of retake nades though, but Bird from Sky's ahead of them. He's gonna go. They're gonna hightail it. They're gonna go quickly. But they're so separated. The deep Molotov, the retake nades, it makes it impossible. There was just 2 players that went in first, and now there's enough time for the CTs to rotate back. Scenari tags down 1 more, and it's Flatro to finish off the job. Rouse down low HP. Flatro with a second. Rouse fires back, but this round is already over. Great util from Bad News Eagles. No need to give them the early fight. And now they're going to send it up. Now they're going to switch up the pace. But Regal's in a good position. Doesn't manage to get a single one. Farley runs him down. Scenari still has another Molotov to use, but he needs to win time. Nate going to do a lot of damage. Scenari gets a double, looking for a third, but TMB's there with the refrag. That's bought enough time, though. Flatro already in a good position. Not ready for the angle from TMB. The B-bomb site finally crumbles, and the bomb is going to get planted, but GX and Synopsy are really quickly coming up banana.
Dark Molly in towards New Box. There's not really too many places that you can hide on this bomb site, and TMB has to stand out in the open. Synopsy comes away with one. GXX misses an opportunity, and that might mean the opportunity in this round has shut, and that is exactly what it means. GXX, he has to back away. Might actually try and take a weapon away or two. Farlick might be trapped here, but it's a big risk. And the op falls. However, Farlick will too.
Play towards the A-bomb side. It's going to be another long wrap.
Before the smoke blooms, GXX has clear line of sight. And he finds that kill onto Bird from Sky. The wrap is still coming in. GXX is a little bit of a gap to work with, but Farlick shoots on past it. A missed shot costs the Opera his life this time. While Flatro's still alive, trying to anchor down this pit position, but eventually the molly burns him. And, well, that attempt from GXX to take the weapons away, come back to burn and come back to haunt Bad News Eagles, because it is just a pistol from Scenari, but he makes it work, swings on through, it's the perfect flashbang, and Scenari finds two. TMB alone, panicking in the mini pit, and panic will not help you there, sir. Neither will that AK. One kill. Scenari gets it done with the pistols, and Bad News Eagles, they will just take it. Your first team to claim a victory here at the CCT online finals. 16-12 on that final map, and it's the X-Flames who fall first into that lower bracket.